Good morning. My name is Fadi Gabr and I am an ESL teacher. I'm Egyptian, but I was born in Kuwait. My family lived there for 3 years after I was born, and then we moved to Jordan for 1 year. And after that, we moved to the United States for 3 years. But I was like too young to remember that. Anyway, okay. After we came back to Egypt, I finished my high school and then I finished college. I majored in English literature and linguistics. After that, I decided to become a teacher. So I joined British Council Egypt and I worked with a project with BG and Cairo University. It was a linkage program between British Gas and Cairo University where we taught geoscience students, give them English courses. While I was working for British Council, I got the Teaching Knowledge Test certificate from Cambridge University. And then I went to Sudan to teach refugees. It was again a project with the British Council. After that, I got some other jobs, and last year I was working with Aramco Oil to teach. It's like a preparation course for trainees to start working for Aramco. And then I got my TOEFL certificate. Okay, so I have been teaching abroad, and I really like the experimenting with new cultures and seeing other people and seeing how they live and be involved in their lives. It's very interesting. And so coming to Istanbul, I came here to visit a friend. I wasn't there was no intention to working, but I came here and I visited my friend and I just fell in love with the city. And I decided I don't want to leave. This is a beautiful place, and there is a lot more to it than meets the eye, and I have to explore this city. And the people here are so friendly, they're so nice, so I expect the students, however, sometimes they will be disruptive or acting out. Some of my friends have been telling me that, but as a whole, it's a very friendly culture, and people here are just so nice. So that is why I want to come and teach in Istanbul. Talking about classroom management. Okay, classroom management. If the teacher come prepared to class, really prepared, he wouldn't have much problems in managing the classroom. Keep the students motivated. Like there is a motivation system, a chart where you put on it like a star chart. When students do something good, you put a star on the chart, but also teach them that there are consequences for inappropriate behavior, and there is a rewarding system for good behavior and bad consequences for inappropriate behavior. So this will teach them how to manage their own behavior, how to manage themselves, because the students, especially young learners, they like rewards, and when they're not rewarded and when they're shown the consequences of their bad actions, they really feel ashamed in front of the other students. And this is actually something in the Turkish culture. If you're not good and you're ashamed in front of your peers, this embarrassment is really considered something negative in this culture. So they make sure that they look good in front of their peers. So we can use this as teachers. Very effective. What other thing? The class size. Well, 20 students are not that difficult. Also 25. I have done it before, and there is no problem. I can do it again. The most important thing is to monitor the students. Put them in groups or pairs, because in Turkey the seating arrangement is pairs. So put them in pairs and monitor them, but do not hover. Just aimlessly walk between the desks. No, monitor the students positively to check for their progress. That way they know that you are always around. When you're moving around, students have to pay attention, because you may ask them a question, you may see that they're not doing the task or not paying attention to the activity, slacking. Yeah, so move around and do it positively. If you fill the period with tasks, with activities, it will not be a problem to manage the students, no matter how big the class is. Be confident. Like, don't show them your fear. Like in some other cultures, like I worked in Saudi Arabia, the students smell your fear. Actually, yeah, they can very quickly detect, this teacher is afraid, let's eat him alive. this is what their culture is about, unfortunately. But so I learned there that confidence is very important. Show authority, establish authority, and show confidence. And rapport. Establish good rapport. Good rapport goes a long way. It's the most important, one of the most important things. But for me, for Fadi, it's the most important thing. I establish good rapport, good relations. I get to know them. I get to know their names. I empathize with them, with their problems, and there will be absolutely no problem managing them after that. What else? Yeah, to control a classroom, you have to focus your attention on the entire class, not just choose a couple of students because they're good and they're answering all the questions. Also, don't talk over the chatter. Do not talk over the chatter. Just stay silent. If they're chattering and all the class, just maybe do like this, and just move closer to them, and they will realize their mistake and stop. So silence can be a very effective tool. Instructions to control a classroom and prevent unnecessary chatter. Just tell them, okay, class, this is what's going to happen. This activity, these are the directions, these are the instructions. Be very clear about the instructions. Don't give ambiguous or general instructions. Be very specific, because it's important when the instructions are clear, the students just go for it, do the activity. They don't talk to each other, so there is no disruption in class. If a student is spoiling the class or acting out, I would just make it very clear that I am, as a teacher, I'm there for the students who do want to learn, and I can help them. But for those who do not want to learn, please do not ruin the lesson for who does want to learn. So I shame them in a way. They are doing that, they're acting out because they want the attention. They're bored, they're not interested, and they seek attention. So you don't give them the attention by fighting with them, or no, you just put the spotlight on him, shame him, make him feel that he's ruining the class for everybody, and let the class take ownership of language and take ownership of learning, so they will tell him off, this disruptive student. They will be the one who tell him off. And that's linking back to making your students manage their own behavior. So this is what I do with disruptive students. Or after class I stop them and I talk to them and I see what's the problem is. But basically, this is it. Thank you very much. I've taken so much of your time. I hope to hear from you soon. This is Fadi Gabr. Bye bye.